looks very different than they have in the past, especially with their new air raid system, and it's just a different scheme. How do you prepare for a team that was one way just a year ago and now they're very different the next year?
Well, it helps that we played, Washington State, which, you get some similar concepts now. The biggest difference are the playmakers. It's an ultra talented group, and everywhere up front, line's good. They got backs that can hit the home run. You got, two monsters out there, wide receiver, and then obviously the guys inside 8-1. 15 is starting to get off. So it's just an overall talented group. So it's not so much X's and O's. It's more about who they're lining up with. That we got to make sure our guys are well taught, fundamentally sound. They know where we want the ball to go and what defense, and we'll have a chance to compete.
Obviously, it's different personnel, but how do you draw back to an experience like Washington State to prepare for this game?
Well, again, schematically wise, X's and O's wise, a lot of the same similar concepts that we saw. They're from the same tree, so a lot of their base passing is very similar. So, we can see what we did right, what we did wrong, how they're going to try to exploit that. But the thing you can't simulate, the thing you can't compare, again, are the personnel. And Washington State had a really good quarterback, really good wide receivers as well, good running back. But USC presents a different challenge because they're a little bit more athletic, a little bit taller across the board. So, again, it's going to come down to, as it always does, come down to us making sure we know what to do and how to do it.
Do you have to make a lot of changes to your defensive scheme between Washington State and USC?
No. Again, it's more so. There's only so many coverages you can run, so many buys you can put somewhere. Right. It's more about execution. And the biggest thing this week, I think, are the contested balls. They throw a lot of balls where guys are around them. This quarterback trusts those guys, and they throw it up in the air, and they've come down with it. I've seen him multiple times throw the ball up in the air, and he's double covered, and yet, they're coming down with the ball. So we're gonna have to ramp it up in practice and make sure that we're able to make a couple of those plays.
What was the biggest takeaway for you from the Washington State game that you're now applying to this defense, and you're telling them, here's what happened last time, here's what we need to do, either better or the same?
Well, I thought we played good man coverage against Washington State. You throw the ball 50, 60 times, you're going to give up some plays. You just can't give up too many chunk plays. And I thought the guys went out there and made plays on the ball. We're going to have to do that again this week. We're going to have to be able to make plays in one-on-one. We're going to have to be able to make plays in zone, match up well, and then when the ball's in the air, we got to think we're the wide receiver and go get it.
Do you feel like this is the most talented wide receiver group you guys are going to face this
Yeah,
season?
I think overall the amount of depth they have. We've seen individual wide receivers that have been pretty amazing, but as an overall group, probably the best, the most loaded bunch we've seen yet.
2-game losing streak. Who have you seen really step up as a leader after that and kind of step into this role of here's how we're going to break out of this?
Well, I think the leaders are the leaders. It's not one set when you're winning and another set when you're losing. The leaders are the leaders. And,
right.
You just got to, again, whenever you lose a couple games, you got to go back to, why you're losing them, and looking at everything, looking at practice habits, looking at the way practice was set up, looking at guys' reps in practice, how we're drawing cards. You go back through and kind of self-scout everything. And the thing we got to control is, especially in practice, is making sure practice is as intense as it is going to be in the game. We got to be able to ramp it up for these guys, and we got to be able to make sure that they're going hard and they're practicing hard, so that way in the game it's no different.
When you prepare them for such a talented opponent like this, and you mentioned that it's the most talented wide receiver group you've faced, Evan Fields said that everybody's faceless. How valuable is that lesson?
Exactly. No matter what level of football you play, no matter who you play against, it's always about you. Again, it's about us executing and winning our one-on-ones. And we know we're going to have one-on-ones. We know that they're going to throw the ball up, and we're going to be in phase, and we're going to be right there to make a play. It's going to come down to us making sure that we're competitive on those balls that they throw up. And then, again, it's a chess match, between playing zone, playing man, blitzing them, not blitzing them, and what we get that quarterback to see. That part of it is a chess match. But, again, it's about us doing what we're supposed to do.
I saw you offering a lot of praise today for Jack Jones during practice, especially during the 11-on-11 in the third period. How have you felt about his play lately?
Good. Again, Jack is ultra talented. His thing is he's just got to learn how we do things here. We go hard, and we want to make sure that screaming to go hard is one thing, but making sure those players understand why they're going hard in practice is one. And Jack is no coincidence that the harder Jack practices, the better he plays. And he started to pick it up the last 3 or 4 weeks where he's been going hard in practice and he's making those plays in the game. Where he's now feeling healthy, he's feeling strong, he knows the defense a lot better, he's trusting the guys around him, and that's his play. So again, we're going to get on you when we need to get on you, but also, we acknowledge when guys are doing the right thing,
Have you had any conversation with him about how, this is your second opportunity almost, and here's ways that you can capitalize? What kind of conversations have you had with him about
Not really. He knows that. He knows that. He wouldn't be here if he didn't get a second chance by a lot of people, all the way from the top, Dr. Crow and Ray and Herm and AP. They've turned over that stone many a time. So for me, it's being a position coach. I'm a little bit closer to him daily on a daily basis. It's more making sure that he always feels that he's got the resources he needs to be successful, both on the field and off the field. And that's a great thing about this place, is that you got a lot of people who are able to help, to mentor, to tutor, both on and off the field in ways where a guy like Jack, he knows it's a second chance, and he's making the most of it right now.
How much growth have you seen from him, and how exciting is that for you to see as a coach?
There you go. I mean, you see the potential in him. He's truly an ultra athlete. He can do it all. And the only person that's going to be the stand in his way of doing everything he wants to do is himself. And I think the more he's around our guys, the more he's around this group of coaches and this group of personnel in the building, I think his future is brighter and brighter.